What up, guys? Today we are going to be talking about fletching, level 1 to 30, with profit that just ends up being there. You're not even really looking for it, it's just there. You will need a couple of items during this whole thing, and that is just a knife and an axe just to start the fletching. Now, if you want to get profit, you will have to spend a little bit more, not much, but it is worth it at the end of it. Let's get started. Each log that you cut down, you just want to cut down regular trees. Each log you get will produce 15 arrow shafts. Now, the higher you level up, you'll have access to be able to create more arrow shafts out of a log. I did try the javelin shafts, and I've just found it just to be easier just to stick with the first one because I thought that I would get more XP from it, and it's just the same. I also did try making bows, and the bows are a waste. Each time you carve, you get 5. Even with the bows, until you get to the long bows, then you'll get 10, and then when you string the bow, you'll get 10 XP, but it's not worth it because it's wasting time and they don't stack. It's great that they stack, that your arrow shafts stack, because then you don't have to make really no trips at all. You can just stay cutting continuously over and over and over and over and over. And the only 2 places you will ever need to go during this process is to cut as many trees as you want and fletch as many as you want, and then the grand exchange. And that's it. It's not back and forth over and over a million different places, finding this, getting that, running back and forth. The only thing you're running back and forth to is more trees. And you just want to do this. Same thing. Over and over and over. Which it can seem rather boring at first, but knowing that there's profit in it makes it worth it while you're leveling up. And you also get to level up your wood cutting. Mine was only like level 37, so I needed mine to be 40 because I'm trying to start the Fremennik trials. And I had to cut down stuff, so it was just handy during the whole process. So I got to upgrade my fletching to level 25 at least, and my wood cutting to level 40. So it all worked out pretty well. If you want, you could go buy the logs and just do this, but there's no profit in that either. If you're not worried about profit, then make bows. This is a profit guide and an XP guide, because both is great to do at the same time. Now, I ended up doing about 9,000 arrow shafts through this whole video. I did try the crossbow stalks, the javelin shafts, and bows, and I've just come to figure out that the arrow shafts is just easier, no change, same thing over and over again, and you only need one other item to get profit from it. Each arrow shaft is only worth 1 GP right now, but no need to worry because that's where you get your profit from. You think, how can you get profit off some of this 1 GP? Because you are going to buy feathers. And feathers cost 3 coins a piece. Now, whether you want to go and kill 1,000 chickens, 10,000 chickens, however many you want, to get as many feathers as you want, you can. So you don't have to spend the 3 coins a piece on the feathers. Now, the bows, these give you 10 XP right now. And yeah, it seems good, but they stack. And when you want to string it, if you want to buy a string, it costs 76 coins. Now, you can go through and you can make your string, you can weave it, you can do all that if you want to. But once you sell a woven or a strung bow, you only get 10 XP for stringing it, and it's only worth 43 coins. So you're at like a 33 negative cost for you to buy the string, and it's just more work to go and make the string and do all that. So this is kind of like a lazy guide, the minimum you got to do to get profit and upgrade your fletching. And once you get to level 15, you want to do oak logs because they'll produce 30 arrow shafts each log. And oak logs tend to put out 10 10 times, I guess you could say, as many logs as the regular trees do. So I stayed back and forth between them two trees the entire time. Now your feathers are 3 coins apiece. When you do it, it's only worth 7 coins. So how can you get profit out of a 1 GP arrow shaft? Feathers. Once you put a feather on it, it is now worth 7 coins. A headless arrow is 7 coins. But if I did try buying iron tips just to see if that would help any, it didn't. It made it worse. Because you only get 3 XP for putting an iron tip on your arrow. And it costs 7 GP to make the arrow with an iron arrow. So you're selling it for 3 gold and you got 3 in it with the feathers and 7 in it with an iron tip. That's just not worth it. Or you can go and you can get iron and go through all the extra stuff and smelt it, smith it, and all that and make your iron tips. And that's just a lot of work. This is a simple guide, and you just need arrow shafts and buy a bunch of feathers, and you put them together, and you get 15 XP every time you make them, 150 for every time you have to click it, and you get 36k profit at the end of this. Now, I will be talking about crafting next, a profit guide for crafting, so stay tuned for that video. It'll be crafting drift nets with jute fibers. The only thing you'll need is jute fibers. But let's continue this. Nothing else is really worth your time besides this. This is the lazy guide to do it. And it costs 27,000, a little over, just in feathers. But I sold them for 63,000 with a total of 36k profit. Stay tuned for the crafting video, and thanks for watching.